we have to talk baseball. Yes, we're going to talk baseball because everybody's talking baseball right now, especially in America's finest city, which has become Skid City.
Oh, man, it's just been brutal. I mean, they lost again today in the 11th inning.
The Padres' losing streak is now at 6. Should I say this? No, I don't want to pile on. No, I'm going to say it. I told you so. I told you so. Padre fans. I'm not being negative for the sake of being negative, and I'm not piling on. They had that great 14-3 start, and I said, that is so cool. And guys were playing really well at the beginning of this season, and their pitching was pretty decent. But I also had the word but. You're 14-3, but you've played all these bad teams, the Rockies and the Pirates and the Angels and the Athletics. I mean, they played the easiest part of their schedule as they shot out of the gate 14-3. Since that time, they're 13-18. They're playing sub 500 baseball. And now, across the board, up and down the line, they've stopped hitting. I mean, the Padres had scored 3 runs in 5 games. Now, they came back, had the lead in this game on Thursday, and wound up losing in Toronto again, 7-6-11. They did score some runs. They wasted 2 two-run home runs from Gavin Sheets. But across the board, everybody on the Padres' batting order has stopped hitting outside of Luis Ariz and the occasional shot by Gavin Sheets. There's no explanation what's happened to Tatis. Machado's in a deep hole. And Jackson Merrill has not been the same since he came off the disabled list. At one point, he was 2 for 27. The kid, the natural, 2 for 27. And I hate to pile on Padre fans, but I told you so. They're going to start playing real people. And here's the bigger issue. Now they go into Atlanta. And remember, the Padres mopped up Atlanta to start the season, but that was Atlanta devastated by injuries. It was 0-7 out of the gate. Atlanta has won 24 games since that point in time. They're like 24-13 since they got beat very early in the season at Petco Park and at Dodger Stadium. So this is going to be a very tough weekend. I'd hate to think what I would sound like if we come back here Monday and the losing streak is at 9. But they've lost 6 in a row. And there's not good news on some other fronts. Yu Darvish, who threw 4+ innings in a rehab start at El Paso, and we all thought, next step forward, Petco Park in the rotation. He has not felt right with that elbow since that game, and they have not sent him back to AAA. He's not with the team in Atlanta. They canceled the plans to take him to Toronto, so he's kind of regressed a little bit. He just doesn't feel comfortable, even in long toss. And, you know, the other angle, Joe Musgrove tried to start 90 feet long toss in the outfield. He, of course, is in the major recovery from elbow surgery, and he didn't feel right either. He had to shut it down. So the Padres are just not a complete baseball team right now, and now they got to drag this 6-game losing streak into Atlanta with a Braves team that's put this thing together. You got that story, and you got the other story, the Dodgers. Please tell me how the Dodgers are staying in first place. Bottom half of the batting order isn't hitting worth a lick, and they have no pitching. The top 3 starters of the Dodgers rotation are on the DL. Their top 4 relievers are on the disabled list, and yet they're finding a way, because of home runs, to stay in first place. Now, Clayton Kershaw is back, but that's only maybe a 4 or 5 inning start because I think that's the limitation on him. They don't have Roki Sasaki. He's on the disabled list with a shoulder impingement, and they are going to have to rebuild all of his mechanics because the way he was throwing here re-injured the shoulder. He injured that shoulder the same way last year while pitching in Japan. So the burning question is, how the hell are they still in first place right now? And by the way, spinning back to this Padres situation, 6-game losing streak in Atlanta. Do you know, once we move into June, right after Memorial Day weekend, we start the month of June, they play the Dodgers, the Giants, and Arizona 14 times in a 17-game window. And in the month of June, they're on the road for 22 games in the entire month of June. So I told you so. That record at the onset was great, but time to prove themselves, and boy, they're staggering right now. John, tell me what you think.
It's been a roller coaster ride, hasn't it? I mean, while we were on vacation, Padre Twitter was just, woe is me. The people's minds were in the dumps. They were hating it. Everyone was probably signing up to get the appointments with their therapist after what they went through with the Padres. But, what do you do? I mean, first of all, I think the starting pitching has been okay. I mean, with a couple of little blemishes. I mean, even today, Kolek, I think he gave up 5 over 6 innings.
Yeah, but he had 10 guys on base. He was in trouble right from the second inning on.
Well, that was better than his previous outing. And then the previous game, Vasquez, I think, gave up 2 runs over 4 2/3. So for your 4 and 5 guys, I mean, they're not blowing it up. I mean, they're not the problem. I mean, Morhone was the problem.
Bullpen's burned out.
Oh, yeah. And that, what's that other guy's name? That has that funky sort of sidearm dribble, Alec Jacob. Yeah, he's a problem right now. I don't know what they're going to do with him.
Plane flight to El Paso tonight.
Yeah, so I mean, Matt Waldron is starting to do some rehab now, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's far away.
Well, yeah, he's far away, but hopefully there's some more bodies coming. But the main problem is the freaking hitting. I mean,
where'd that go?
I don't know. Like Machado he was like the top 3 in batting average just like a few weeks ago.
He's gone from 344 to 304 right now.
And then, by the way, I was looking at Jackson Merrill's numbers, and even after coming through this, 2 for 27 slump, he was hitting over 350. His OPS was like around 950.
But he's 2 for 27.
But yeah, he is. So I don't know. I think, by the way, just as an aside, I think Jackson Merrill might be the starting center fielder again, for the National League in the All-Star game. He's doing really well.
And Tatis was slugging to MVP credentials. All of a sudden, it's all gone away. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if there's an oblique problem or the quad is bothering him. Something doesn't look right with El Nino right now, at least as I view it. And your take on Dodger baseball, how can they be in first place?
Well, because they have $1 million gazillion and they've got like 40 all-stars on their roster. When you look at the whole 40-man, that's why. But, they ended up they got swept by the Angels. Mm-hmm. And that must have been so good for them.
How was that possible?
I know, but the Angel fans got to be so happy about that.
Angels won again today. Angels have won 7 in a row.
Right on, It's
mean, if your cell phone rings and it identifies the area code 714, don't pick it up. It's probably Artie Moreno.
You and your area codes, by the way. So, the Dodgers, they were looking like when you get swept by the Angels as a Padre fan, you're thinking, hey, maybe there's a little vulnerability. Maybe, are you saying there's a chance, but they're still in first place, So
and our backyard looks kind of messy.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's amazing. I mean, it's not just the pitching. I mean, Teoscar Hernandez has been out. Tommy Edmonds has been out.
They're both back.
Oh, they're both back. Okay. But they've been out for a while. They got rid of Chris Taylor. They got rid of
Austin
Barnes. But they just keep freaking reloading. I mean, they got a lot of guys that get hit. Did James Outman come back to the team?
And then went back with a 167 batting average to AAA.
What? He got off to such a great start as a rookie. And all of a sudden, he's just faded away.
Can't hit. It's amazing. At one point, he was hitting 065. They paid $17 million to left fielder Michael Conforto, who came from the Mets and Yankees and had done pretty well. Actually, he was also with the Giants for a while. Conforto, just absolutely amazing. He's hitting 154. He's making $17 million a year. He's hitting 154, and he's playing every day.
It'd be interesting to do the math on how much he gets paid per at bat,
out.
Oh yeah, or even per out. It'd just be something just utterly outrageous. But the Dodgers are going to win even when they're going bad, and God help us when we get to the middle of the summer and all those pitchers start coming back. I mean, and they're just going to be rolling. So. I'm sure Dodger fan is probably a little bit, I don't like losing, but no big deal, right? It's no big deal if you're an LA fan.
Are you going to be moving to the 213 area code? You're saying so many negative things about the Padres' chances.
No.
I'm having I'll have our mascot Sniffer will be sitting over here replacing you. If these Padre fans catch wind of what you're saying, that this thing is over.
No, I'm not saying it's over. I'm just saying that when the Dodgers go bad, they're still good. And when the Padres just scrap and claw and do whatever they can to get right up there, then they have a little setback and then they fall back, So the Padres always seem to be slipping down, and the Dodgers, through no fault of their own, keep rising up.
Okay. Just philosophically, for everybody on social media, his name is John Riley, if you agree or disagree with him. All things baseball. Okay.